Good morning, my subscribers and anyone watching my video. So I wanted to discuss Miss Eva Longoria. Although I've watched Housewives a few times when I was a teenager, I try to accept people's ideas and ethnicities. And a lot of times, when I say something, sometimes it could be offensive and some people are hurt by it. But a lot of times that's how I feel. And that's why I rarely apologize for it, because even in the Bible, what's in a man's heart is what he thinks. So she made a comment saying that Latinos showed up at the polls voting also. And some people were like it was taken out of context, and other people were like she was being prejudiced. And my viewpoint on it, she was being prejudiced. The majority of the Latinos, they are prejudiced. There's no lies, there's no beating around the bush. They're prejudiced. And I'm not trying to start any drama or division, but that has to be addressed. Like, I mean, I kind of know why there are division, but like, when is it gonna stop? Because as far as I see, African Americans and Latinos, along with Hispanics, we might as well be in unity. We don't have to like each other, we don't have to agree, but we might as well be in unity, because as far as I can see it, those Caucasians are not too fond of us. And my thing is, you're viewing a certain group as prejudice. I took it as, when she said the comment, as she feels some type of way against black women. And Malcolm X says that we're one of the most disrespected creatures on earth, and we are. African American men go through their injustices also, but black women, yeah, we are not too well fond and liked. So I was taken aback. I wouldn't say hurt, because I've been around, since I've resided in New York, I've been around Latinas and Hispanics. My first friends when I lived in Georgia were Hispanics. So when I was in Georgia, I've never experienced prejudice, but when I lived in New York, I have. And sometimes when I have discussions with them, they show their true colors, that how they feel about my race. And of course, I can't argue with them, because there's some truth to it. Some of us African Americans are ignorant. But the thing is, you have to give credit where it's due. And my thing is, if Eva Longoria felt that Latinas should be more praised, then for the next election, like Stacey Adams, she made it to where people that were at a disproportion in Georgia were able to vote. So if you feel that your ethnicity or a group of people should be get praised and whatnot, then that's what you should have said. You feel that they should have get praised, but you don't downplay or criticize another group. I feel that if people are going to make certain statements, you should stick by it and say what you meant. Because when you try to retract and apologize, the damage is already done. Because now people are looking at you a certain way. And when you apologize, you only make it worse. So your best bet is, if you're going to say something, think before you speak, or don't say it at all. Because a lot of times when you apologize it, more than likely the damage is already done. Apologizing is okay, but like I said, usually what's in your heart is in your mind. And you can't take back what you said. So that's why you have to be mindful of what you what you say and what you think. So I want to say that I am not against Latinas or Hispanics. It's just that, if anything, considering that we are viewed as not well liked, we should not be divided. We should be unified. Also, she's not the Eva Longoria is not the only person that have their um different viewpoints. I noticed that there were other people that felt some type of way that it wasn't just blacks that came out and voted. Native Americans, Cubans. It's been said that certain news televisions, which I'm not going to say because that would project me as being as prejudiced and causing division, which I'm not. But it's been said that other ethnicities showed out in numbers and voted also. So I just think people need to just congratulate everybody for voting, give thanks, all ethnicities and whatnot. And even if someone or a group of people did make a difference, just embrace them and say thanks. I look at it this: instead of being jealous or feeling some type of way, we all can make a change. We all can make a difference. So it doesn't make sense to try to shame one group or try to be a little jealous. Just congratulate and make sure that if you want to be included also, then you also make that change that you want to see. But as far as throwing shade, we don't get anywhere by doing that. So I wish Eva Longoria the best. My advice to anybody, and not just her, is that just be mindful of how you say certain things, because people can misinterpret it. Not everybody can give people benefit of the doubt. Not everybody can have that viewpoint where, oh, she didn't mean that or he didn't mean that. Once you say something, it gets taken out of context. For a prime example, Trump. He said something about bleach and COVID. People decided to run with it. So, like I said, a lot of times what we say can be misinterpreted. So we need to make sure when we say something, we're clear on our message and what we mean, because it will get taken out of content. That is a fact. So now that history was made, regardless if you voted for Biden and Harris or Trump, our best bet is to just pray and try to live in peace. The division needs to stop. We need to find a way to love. And when we disagree, it's okay to disagree, because not everybody's going to think like us. And another thing, to my people, not everybody's going to agree with you all, and it's okay. But stop trying to cancel people. The only time anybody needs to be canceled, and like I said, I don't care too much about rich folks, because to me, they don't care about me. But I wanted to say, when we start canceling celebrities, they're going to make money regardless. So those that voted for Trump and endorsed them, let them go. And even for those that are middle class and poor that voted for Trump, let them. There's a reason why they think like they do. The same way you have your thoughts, everybody is not going to think like you. Because I've come across certain Christians that the only reason they're standing behind Trump is because he's against abortion, and also they feel that certain laws that were put in place for like LGBT community, they're against. Whereas Democrats now, they embrace people's differences, they support abortion, so that's why they feel the way that they do. But people feel, oh, because you're black, you should fall in line. Democrat, you should be voting for Biden and Harris. No. Mm-mm. No. The only time that you should feel some type of way about somebody is how they feel about you. But if they have different viewpoints or political ideas, let them be. The Bible says not to judge not, so let them be. Now, if people are living in sin and are doing something that is personally hurting you and a group of people, then you speak on it. But other than that, let people choose who they want to vote for, who they want to, their ideas, whether they're pro-life, whether they're for gay rights, whether they're not, that's their prerogative. And to avoid all that, when you meet people and start forming friendships, my thing is people shouldn't be shocked, because I'm pretty sure when you meet an individual, before you take a liking to them, you will get to know them. All of a sudden, some people are shocked and getting divorced over political views. You didn't know that they think differently from you? I just don't understand how you're shocked. If you spend so much time with this person, and sometimes people who we think we know, we don't know, but it shouldn't become a shock, because usually there are signs that their ideas or personality traits may not align with us. So African Americans, I'm gonna need for you all to stop thinking that because we're the same skin tone and we're all African Americans, we think alike. No, we don't. We're just gonna have to embrace people's differences and thoughts. Unless it's prejudice or hatred, then of course you speak about it or you communicate your concern. But if their thoughts are not hurting you, you either gonna love them or you distance yourself. But as far as canceling people and whatnot, because at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure everybody has certain ways and traits that are not good, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna want somebody to stick by you and not judge you. So let's not act like we're all that in a bag of chips, because we're not. So that's my viewpoint. And another thing, we need to stop giving these celebrities, you know, a lot of, what's the word I'm looking like treating them like they're God, giving them, I mean, granted, there are celebrities like Colin Patrick, they stand for the cause, but all these other celebrities, no, we need to not worship them like they're God, because they're not God. We need to collectively unite together as middle class and poor people and make sure that we can speak and stand up for ourselves. And seeing after the elections, we know poor and middle class can unite. So the same way we can do that, we need to also continue to unite and make sure our voices are heard and not put our trust in celebrities and politicians, because unfortunately not everybody has our best interests. So we need to start reading and forming ideas of our own and thinking for ourselves, because there are some challenges that we're gonna be facing. 2020 is almost finished and now we're entering to 2021. So we have some challenges that we're gonna have to analyze how we're going to solve. Because as we could see during 4 years, even 8 years, our president can't really achieve much. They can try to, but when you have Congress having the last say, it's not much they can do. So now we have to sit back and see what we can do. Because politicians are only there temporarily. They're not there forever to fix our problems. So then we need to figure out what we are going to do. Because we deal with these issues. We have to deal with healthcare. We have to deal with injustice. We have to deal with rising taxes or lowering taxes. That's us that we have to deal with that. and we vote these people in. So we have more power than we think we do. So thank you for listening.